if you could just explain your organization.
So Integra, we're essentially a life science company. Um, we're global, so you know we're based out of Princeton in New Jersey, and we work with primarily like doctors, but more surgeons, like along those lines. Everything from orthopedics, burn care. So I guess that's kind of our major markets or areas that we're in. I am my official title is a manager of IS contracts and software assets. So I'm responsible for all the software in the company and then all of the IT services, hardware, all that. So pretty much I'm kind of the interface between IT and our business groups, purchasing, finance, legal, so throughout the company. And within IT, I think we have probably about little less, I think, than 150 people in our, Princeton headquarters. And then, we're global. So we have folks in the EU, Asia, in all different places.
Tell me a little bit more about like what was the situation before you adopted signNow. I know you got it in February of 2020. Were there problems that you kept encountering that made you seek out an eSignature solution, or was it more like, this coronavirus thing in Italy right now sounds pretty bad. We might need to get some eSignature things.
I wish I could say I had the foresight of seeing like COVID coming, but it wasn't that. It was more. I got here in 2018. I couldn't believe that there wasn't a standardized electronic signature solution in place throughout the company. It was really more on the business process side, just to get rid of wet ink signatures and make it easy to track everything also too, especially on the contracting side. The ability to just put a request in through signNow and have it come back, and if I need to set up reminders, forward it, it just makes it so much more efficient than the old wet ink signature, printing it out, signing it, scanning it, emailing it. Such a time saver. Even when we're in the office, having somebody printing it out and dropping it off on somebody's desk with Post-it notes saying sign here, sign here, sign here. It was just, you think about the resources of somebody's time, the paper, and the execution. Sometimes, you'd be waiting a week to get something back, where now it's, you send it and you'll get it back 99% of the time that day. So that's a huge improvement on that end, especially when we had time sensitive projects where you needed these documents signed, let's say by the end of the month, and previously that was a major challenge. You had people who were like, okay, well, I'm coming into the office just to sign something, which was crazy. And also too, certain things, think, for our compliance group, where when they have sign-offs, let's say like 4 or 5 people have to sign it, and what's great is you can set it up in the order you need them to approve and sign it. So you can set up the work to match the workflow, where it just, once you set it up, click send, it just goes through the entire process till everybody signs, and then everybody who needs a copy gets a copy at the end. It's just real easy. There's no one person signs it, emails it to somebody else. It's just a lot cleaner and a lot faster. It's really improved a lot of the way that some of our groups do their business. It's definitely made them more efficient and freed up people's time to do more important tasks, rather than kind of signing something, dropping it off on somebody's desk. And especially when you have people, let's say you need something done quickly, and the fact they can even send it on their phone makes it so much easier. On the contracting side, it's great because it's, it's much easier to keep track of where, okay, who signed it, who didn't, where is it?
Right. What features are you using the most, or what are you doing with it?
We're pretty much using it for just signatures, whether it's contracts, like statements of work, non-disclosure agreements, and then also too, like I said, within the organization for certain, let's say, project initiation forms where you have, the project sponsor, the business sponsor, technical resources, business resources, and everyone has to kind of sign off on it. The ability to take that document, upload it, and then set up the signing order and just, hit send, and knowing it's going to route to the person. Once they sign, it goes to the next person. Everybody gets it at the end. Set it up with reminders for the people who tend to miss things when they come in their inbox is also helpful.
Cool. Are you taking advantage of any of the integrations that signNow has?
We haven't completely yet, but we have through API, we're going to look to integrate it with one of our regulatory systems. It's an application called SteepRock they use for healthcare providers for like clinical trials and other things where documentation, and they need an electronic signature function. So that's going to be incorporated into that. And then next year, we have some folks using it within Salesforce. And then next year, in January, we're going to be replacing DocuSign in Japan with signNow there. So that'll be the other one that we're doing there. So
That's good to hear. What are they doing with Salesforce?
they use it within Salesforce. So when they go into, let's say, a physician's office and they need them to sign for maybe a sample kit or something like that, they'll have them sign, on their iPad or phone, depending on what they have with them.
How would you say the coronavirus has affected your attitude about digitalization in general?
I think that this made people realize, in the kind of environment that we're in, and to be able to be flexible and execute quickly, you have to use technology in every way, shape, or form to make yourself more efficient. And signNow is a great tool to enable you to do that.
What was your role in actually like setting signNow, getting people maybe trained on it, or making people aware of it and teaching them how to use it, and just implementing the software?
Early on when we were looking at electronic signature applications, signNow was great in that they gave us, some test subscriptions to try out all of the published documentation they had. There's also, obviously, when you first kind of go into the application, there's tutorials, videos, little kind of how-tos in there that are great. We had, I think it was 2 or 3 training sessions just because of everyone's calendars to try and get all the key people through the training that were going to be heavy users of it. And like I said, the training went great. The feedback was great. We didn't really have any issues from a technical standpoint. Everybody who'd used other electronic signature solutions really thought it was very intuitive, very user-friendly, interface, easy to use. And the signNow team was great in terms of helping us make sure it was successful when we launched it.